This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by the folks over at Kova Software, makers of the Kova point of sales system, now powering more than 20,000 retail locations all over North America. If you have a legal marijuana dispensary and need a rock-solidly reliable point of sale system that's powerful and easy to use, then you need to check out kovasoftware.com, with Kova spelled C-O-V-A. Merchants trust the Kova point of sale system because of its mistake-proof design, which protects against falling out of compliance due to simple user error, and the fact that Kova's mobile dashboard gives them an up-to-date picture on their sales day so they can stay atop their retail operations easily, whether they have one store or 100. Learn about all the benefits of becoming a customer of Kova Software by opening up kovasoftware.com, where you can schedule a full demonstration of their point of sales system yourself. And don't forget, if you sign up as a Kova customer during the month of May, you'll get 6 free months of touchscreen menus or digital signage. One last time, that's kovasoftware.com. Make sure to let them know you heard about them here on Marijuana Today Daily. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Thursday, May 24th, 2018, and you're tuned in to episode 497 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. Tom Angel over at Marijuana Moments has our top story of the day as the New York State Democratic Committee has voted to add the support of adult use legalization to their party platform. A resolution was adopted by the committee yesterday that reads, quote, "The New York State Democratic Committee supports the legalization of marijuana, which should be regulated and taxed in a manner similar to alcohol," unquote. This is a pretty big deal in a state that's been making a lot of progressive cannabis policy headlines in recent days and weeks, which Tom nicely wraps up in his piece, which I'd suggest opening up for all the details, including the full text of the resolution itself. In a unanimous ruling issued yesterday, the Arizona State Supreme Court found that the state had violated the Voter Protection Act when it made illegal medical marijuana use on the grounds of colleges and universities. Arizona voters passed a ballot measure in 2010 setting up a limited medical marijuana program that included language that barred medical cannabis from K through 12 schools. The Arizona legislature later added in universities to the list of places where medical marijuana use was still to be illegal, which was the main point of contention around the court's decision issued yesterday, which found that the addition of universities to the ban list was a large enough modification to the law as to violate the Voter Protection Act, which is meant in part to stop lawmakers from changing the main intent of citizen ballot measures. Under the new ruling, colleges will still be able to make their own rules around medical marijuana use on campus, but the state cannot make it illegal for registered patients to possess their medicine on university grounds. Our final top story today is a press release issued yesterday by the Office of Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley, who just announced that he was signing on as a co-sponsor of New Jersey Senator Cory Booker's Marijuana Justice Act, which would strip cannabis from its position on the controlled substances list, effectively removing most of the federal roadblocks on state legal marijuana. Senator Merkley is the 5th senator to sign on as a co-sponsor now, joining Senator Booker, as well as fellow Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, Democratic Senators Kirsten Gillibrand of New York and Kamala Harris of California, as well as Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out in headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Kova Software, makers of the Kova point of sales system, now powering more than 20,000 retail locations all around North America. If you have operations in California or Canada, then you owe it to yourself to check out all the good things that the Kova point of sale system can do for you. Since Kova closely monitors local rules and regulations for legal marijuana and codes all relevant changes right into their system as they're released, their customers know they'll always be on the right side of all audits and compliance checks. Kova's point of sale system takes the headache out of the bi-weekly inventory count mandated for California entrepreneurs, which speeds up that process and increases accuracy. Is it time for your Californian or Canadian legal marijuana business to graduate up to a system as good and reliable as the Kova point of sales system? Find out for yourself all the benefits of working with Kova by opening up kovasoftware.com, with Kova spelled C-O-V-A. That's kovasoftware.com, where you can schedule a demonstration of their system for yourself. Just make sure to let them know you heard about them here on Marijuana Today Daily. And don't forget, if you sign up during the month of May, you'll get 6 free months of digital signage or touchscreen menus. One last time, that's covasoftware.com. All right, time for the Blitz. The state of Nevada just released new numbers for their legal marijuana sales industry for the month of March that are the highest monthly figures seen yet, with more than $41 million in sales being made total. Nevada started allowing adult use sales last summer and has collected just under $50 million in taxes since then, to say nothing of all the money it's saved from not persecuting people for cannabis use. The big headline in this one, though, is the fact that the state has brought in as much money in taxes in the current fiscal year as it projected, even though there are still 3 months left to go before the fiscal year turns over. Open up the Reno Gazette-Journal for more numbers on this one. Bouncing back to New York for a headline, we have news of the Office of the District Attorney of Queens, New York, saying it has no plans to stop prosecuting people for marijuana use and possession, even as its peers in Manhattan and Brooklyn announced that they would no longer be doing the same. A number of Queens lawmakers recently wrote to the office of Queens District Attorney Richard Brown asking that his office lay off cannabis prosecutions. But yesterday, DA Brown rejected that notion by saying that an internal investigation carried out by his office found that only 3% of the 2,000 public arrests for cannabis use brought before his office ended in a criminal prosecution. After a large number of complaints were filed over a proposed plan to ban CBD product from the state of Texas, the Texas Department of State Health Services has temporarily pulled back from implementing new rules that would have allowed department agents to seize any product found in a retail location labeled as containing CBD. Yesterday, the Illinois State House voted 106-3 in favor of a bill allowing for the industrial cultivation of hemp. SB 2298 passed the Senate last month, so now heads to the desk of Governor Bruce Rauner for final deliberation. A new report just released by BDS Analytics has a number of valuable bits of insight on current cannabis consumer trends in Colorado. The study was carried out in January and February of this year and found a big jump in the number of Coloradans using cannabis over the previous year. At the same time, the reasons that people are consuming marijuana and the ways they are doing it are evolving as the market continues to mature and the social stigma around marijuana falls away. If your bottom line could be improved by having a better understanding of cannabis consumers, this is probably a good story to read in full. Jumping up north to Canada, we find a conversation taking place around the issue of outdoor commercial cannabis cultivation. Canada is, of course, working to roll out adult use marijuana legalization this year, and the current federal language for marijuana cultivation would allow for large-scale outdoor grow sites, which would bring the benefits of lower cultivation costs, but at the price of helping to turn cannabis into even more of a commodity crop than it already is. There are also issues around diversion into the illicit market to be considered. Right now, the industry is lobbying for a ban on outdoor grow, so if you're involved in the Canadian market, this is another one that'd probably be a good one to open up. And finally for today, Tom Angel over at Marijuana Moment grabs our last spot with a story about the myriad of cannabis industry folks currently in Washington, D.C., participating in the annual lobby days as organized by the National Cannabis Industry Association. With more than 200 meetings scheduled, cannabis industry leaders hope to further push for the need to relax federal restrictions on state legal marijuana. As with all of Tom's work, this one is best experienced to open up in full. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Cova Software, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says, Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in and starting your day with marijuana today. Today.
One take, Shay. One take.